Captain's Log. Starship Commander, CBF here, listening to another anecdote from Lone Crit of the Newtypes Podcast.
Captain, First Lieutenant here, why are you such a jerk-off?
I don't know, why are you?
Captain, Second Lieutenant, Kaiser Shonen, aka Young Kaiser, aka the most based mecha fan out of the three of us. Both of these guys are being jackasses right now. I don't know if we'll be surviving. Honestly, why are we having these logs when we're not even in the ship anymore? Who knows, but I guess the people want a sequel.
You know what, shut up, I like Dimey Dollar and you don't. That makes me the most based mecha fan here.
No you don't, 'cause you like fucking Dimey Dollar. You don't even like Code Geass that much.
And at least I finished Turn A, jackass, okay?
And Zeta!
Yeah, but Dimey Dollar is a show, it's a mech show with a guy that pilots his mech literally with the power of being horny.
Oh, so Darling and the Franks.
Yeah, well.
Except that, from what I've heard, that doesn't count.
We don't talk about Franks.
We can talk about Franks never, because Franks is fucking dog shit. Anyway.
Here's the thing, this is a guy who gets stronger literally with the power of copying a feel, and he gets a power-up when he learns to use his imagination better.
Wow, so Boss Baby and High School DxD.
How dare you mention Boss Baby?
You know, he's a boss and he's a baby. You know, he's a little man. He's a little man.
The ultimate Oscar animated nominee. Boss Baby.
Okay, Oscar nominations during COVID don't count.
Speaking of COVID, didn't you have something you wanted to share?
Yeah, so I have this weird little story, right? So, when I was a first year in university, I got this new set of knives, right? And one day I was slicing a tomato. Now here's the thing, I've had my set of knives back home my whole life, so they dulled over time a little bit, right? But my new set of knives when I moved to the UK was brand new and extra sharp. Way more sharp than I was expecting. So I took a knife that wasn't even serrated, and while paying mostly attention, but not maybe 99%, I went and sliced a tomato and it went right through my finger to the bone. Or no, to the fingernail. And then last year, I was cutting a piece of bread because I didn't have my normal toast bread, and instead I got a baguette, and the same thing happened to the nail with a baguette.
Damn.
This morning, in my third year of university, I took that same serrated knife and took a bread bun that was slightly hard because it was slightly going stale at the supermarket, which is why they had it discounted, and I got that bread bun instead of my regular toast bread, and I sliced into my finger again. Except this time, it wasn't to the nail, it was just like the very tippy tip of the finger. Not quite enough to cut off a whole bit of flesh, but still, just like a little thingy.
Tisk, Lone Crit. You see, this is what happens when you even keep 1% of your flawed human perception and organs. Reject humanity, alright? Return to transhumanism. Return to robot.
Embrace
Join us.
machines. Join us.
I don't know, that sounds like a pretty out there suggestion. That's pretty, you might say, nutbags.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I am officially resigning from the Newtypes Podcast. Thank you very much. You know, we had a good run, but you know,
I'm gonna grab this coffee maker over here, brew some coffee, it'll be really hot, above regulations, mind you, and throw it at Lone Crit's face.
Wow, CBF, I didn't know you worked at McDonald's.
Shut the fuck up! This is an esteemed establishment that we're in right here.
Yeah, my point is though, this anecdote is basically about how I somehow, once per year, every single year since starting university, somehow managed to snip my finger with a knife and bleed out a lot. Fuck my life.
But anyways, since we brought up a really bad video game company, I've been playing a game that has nothing to do with this shitty company. Sadly involves another shitty company called Konami, because I got into Master Duel, because I'm a duelist of the Yugiohs.
Fuck yeah. Question, one very important question, CBF.
Yes?
Does this game allow you to play the card games on the motorcycles? Did we finally get there? Did we finally have what we always wanted?
No.
God damn it. And this is a complete fucking failure.
I have a question. When is it going to be card games on tricycles?
No. That's just never going to happen. That's nowhere near as cool.
I don't know. I could totally see somebody doing that in Duel Monsters or GX.
I mean, yeah, like what some one-off character probably did it.
Yeah, you know, like Yugi goes to like a circus, and then Pegasus or Marek just send like some kind of lackey, and he's like a clown on a tricycle using magicians and clown cards.
I don't know, maybe Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s will do that. Apparently that's one of the more comedic entries.
You could totally see it happening.
Yeah, I've seen it like half of Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s, and honestly I find it pretty enjoyable. Oddly enough, I just haven't been keeping up with it because there was so much other things that I wanted.
Bullshit, Kaiser. I refuse. I refuse to accept. Reject modernity. Return to Duelist Academy.
Yes, return to GX. The actually decent Yu-Gi-Oh!
Or Domino City.
No, return to GX specifically. Except for Season 2 where they go back to Domino City because that was actually by far the worst season of GX of the four.
No, let's return to Satellite City, okay guys? Let's just return to Satellite.
Specifically in Season 1, because in Season 2 5D sucks. But that's another story.
Nah, Domino City, and I want to see Duelist Kingdom again. I wanna attack the moon again.
You don't want to watch Jaden get super depressed and turn into a mass murderer and tyrant?
Well, I would like to see that, but him actually suffering consequences for that. At least in regards to killing his friends.
Well, he does suffer some emotional ones later.
No, you know what? You know what I want to see? No, here's what I want to see. I want to see Jaden dueling that guy who rejected modernity, went back to Tarzan, but in fact was more like George of the Jungle towards the end.
Oh my god, yeah, I remember that motherfucker. It's that caveman
Yeah.
dude.
Yes.
Weird thing was, right, like, he's an actual student in the same year. He just suddenly was all like, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to learn how to draw good, so I'm gonna go to the woods so I can draw good.
Because he keeps losing because he apparently can't draw good cards. And totally not because his deck sucks shit, which makes it very difficult to actually top deck anything when you don't have any good top deck cards.
Or you can't shuffle.
And he had shit-ass luck, so he decided to just, like, go to the forest and live in the wilderness as a wild man, and again, basically became Tarzan, but in fact he was more like George of the Jungle, friend to you and me.
He's so stupid that a duelist monkey dueled better than him a few episodes later. Or was it earlier?
Oh, no, I think it was earlier. Like, I think they were like 1 or 2 episodes apart from each other. Because I remember, like, watching Lil Karibo reviewing the episodes, and he's still kind of doing that. He's just been slower because, you know, his health and everything.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I'm pretty sure, like, the ape episode and the fucking caveman episode were, like, an episode or 2 apart from each other.
The first half of GX Season 1 was genuinely pretty fun. Less so the second half, aside from the last few episodes, which are really good, actually. But anyway, we're not here to talk about the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime. We can do an episode just for that.
Oh, so we're not talking about that one time when Jaden dueled a literal card-turned-living being when he literally dueled against Jinzo, somehow?
No. And that's not even the only card that does that either.
Yeah, you bell.
That's not even the only one either, Season 3. That's basically the second half of Season 3 in a nutshell.
Remember that time when Jaden dueled an ancient pharaoh who got power creeped to shit over the millennia?
No, that's actually not what happened. It's just that he stuck shit so bad even back then that his subjects only lost to him out of fear of his wrath. He was bad at the game even back then.
See, that's actually somehow less funny, because that just sounds like the history of a real-life Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist returning to the game, just in the anime. Leaves game for several years, comes back, gets decimated.
So basically what happens when a person who left by the time that Synchros came out comes back now and is like, Links? Pendulums? What is this? Why do these cards have different colors and have 2 different paragraphs in each box? What is this?
And what's with this rush duel bullshit?
Big bro, what's a light swan? What's a spiral?
We don't talk about light swans. We don't talk about spirals. We don't talk about zombies.
We don't talk about raid raptors.
Yeah, we don't talk about raid raptors. We don't talk about dinosaurs. You know, we're just not into the dinosaurs, okay? Monkeys are okay, but dinosaurs, that's going a bit too far. By the way, remember that time when Jaden dueled against a fucking, like, meth head midget that could also talk to dual spirits? That just hangs out on the roof?
With the fucking Moki Mokis.
Yeah, the Moki Moki.
The Moki Mokis are great.
And how he's like actually one of the strongest people surrounding the academy.
But you know what's better than Moki Mokis? Ojamas.
Oh,
God.
We stand Chaz the Chad.
True. Chaz the Chad Manjome. We also stand Ojama Line. You won't get that joke yet.
Is it the green one?
No, that's a different one. But enough about why Rank 10 Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a god amongst men. They're cringe, but they're the best kind of cringe with Manjomi around. But anyway.
You're the best kind of cringe.
We all are. That's what this podcast is about. Group hug.
No, the best kind of cringe is Giguk.
Allegedly.
We're not as good as Giguk.
Well, definitely not.
No, just kidding. No, Giguk is actually an amazing entertainer and comedian. Do not at me.
Oh yeah, totally.
But anyway, so, what are y'all's experiences with, dueling simulators? Like the Yu-Gi-Oh! Pros and the dueling books.
Once, I downloaded Duel Links and played it for 2 hours and then uninstalled.
To be fair, Duel Links isn't even very akin to the real game anyway.
I played Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro, I think like a year or two ago. And I play every now and again when like new cards come out because those come out faster than in Dueling Nexus, which is what I use normally. But after a while I just got tired of it because the loading times are a bit much. And it's just not as quick as Dueling Nexus really. It just doesn't do it for me as much.
That's fair. I used that one a bunch and now I'm trying out Master Duel, which is like an official one by Konami. But the load times can be a pain in the ass.
Kaiser, tell me, do you always duel like an anime character?
It depends on what deck he's using.
Yeah, it depends on what I'm using. Because like, hey, if I'm going like Black Wings, you know, the signature ones that I use, then yeah, I'm just going full anime character on that.
Wow, look at this 2009 meta sheep over here. Next you'll tell me he's playing Infernities, like my proofreader one was.
Are you saying that when you play a different archetype, you don't dress like you're about to beat up the Karate Kid? It took a long time! It took a long time! I've been waiting the entire podcast to be able to crack a joke about Kaiser's hoodie.
What are you talking about? They can't even see it.
Speaking of beating people up, since this is 5Ds and dressing up, you'd say nowadays they dress more like VK members, because nowadays Yu-Gi-Oh! Hair is, instead of everybody having normal hair-ish except for the main character, now everybody looks like VK rejects, ever since Zexal.
Also, Kaiser, I see you avoided the white face. Very prudent.
Yes, it's all part of my inclusive strategy.
Master Duel's pretty alright. The weird and interesting thing is that it sadly involves like a lot of microtransactions, which sucks. But you can get a lot of shit for free in order to spend on actually getting packs and stuff. And you can also like craft cards and stuff. That's its own like weird and interesting, kind of frustrating, but yeah, it's interesting.
So you're saying that the game is attempting to, with microtransactions, recreate the real-life dueling card-getting experience?
Yes, except for the fact that in real life, the only way to quote-unquote create cards is just to print out fake shit.
You can pay a shitload of your money to be a duelist in real life, or you can simulate paying a shitload of real money.
Or actually pay a shitload of real money in the simulation.
It all goes around. It's all a simulation, everybody.
It's all about authenticity, man. All about simulating the real Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist experience.
Turns out we live in the Matrix. We live in a simulation.
You know, it's like the duelists in the anime are the high grades, but whoever plays this game is the real grades.
Yeah.
Yes.
More real than the ones in the show.
But what's a perfect grade?
Whoever play Light Sworns.
Well, good, because I play Blue Eyes and Ancient Gears.
Okay, I was with you for a second, and then I kinda wasn't. So, I don't know.
Well, but Ancient Gears are played by Crawler in the anime.
Yes, Dr. Crowler.
Yeah, yes, but they're also bullshit, and they're cringe.
You just can't appreciate the power of Unga, my friends. Just no brain, slap 5k beater everywhere, kick bitches down the door, prevent them from using their back row in the process.
You can't appreciate the power of ancient gear golem penis.
Yes.
Well, I would if those very same things. I don't know which one's the freaking Fusion Ancient Gear Golem that is like 4,500.
Oh yeah, Ultimate Ancient Gear Golem, that's 4,400?
No, not 44, it's 45. The one I'm thinking of is 45, and it attacks like every monster on the field.
Oh yeah, I think that's the Chaos one, the Chaos Ancient Gear Golem, and that's the blue one, right?
Yeah, I think so.
All I'm hearing is that you dislike massive metal throbbing things. No wonder, they probably make you feel self-conscious.
So what you're saying is, even though you're a robot, just like humans don't like getting punched in the face by humans because it hurts, you don't like getting punched in the face by other robots because it leaves massive dents.
What I'm saying is that there is much less strategy with Ancient Gears, and what I'm saying is that everyone should convert to the Chad Super Heavy Samurais, okay?
Sounds like the complaints of Yu-Gi-Oh fans since the beginning of time, every single time a better archetype comes out.
Hey, Super Heavy Samurais are really fucking good, dude. Like, they're pretty much underrated, like, unironically.
CBF's really fucking good, dude.
We need number 95 Dark Matter Dragon again. Please, please give us back. My blue eyes are starving.
Yeah, like, dude, what the fuck? Blue Eyes weren't even doing that good in the meta as far as I know. Why couldn't we have Dark Matter Dragon? It's not even that bullshit broken.
Oh, to be fair, it is, but we can blame the other Dragon decks for that. That's like my main win condition in that one.
I mean, yeah, but come on, there are ways around Dark Matter Dragon, Amorphage Goliath, Archbrave Dragon.
Well, to be fair, that requires shutting them down first, and 2, we also use that, and 3, there are ways around Dragoon, and people still whine about Dragoon to this day.
Yeah. Wait, they do?
Yeah.
The fuck?
People hate Dragoon a lot.
That's stupid.
To be fair, when I do see that card, it's like, I either shut it down immediately somehow, or I'm probably fucked.
By the way, I have a Galaxy Eyes Dark Matter Dragon right now, and I think I'm using it as a bookmark for my copy of Machiavelli's The Prince.
Nice.
I also have a Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon.
Ooh.
I paid 20 euros for both of them put together to some guy I knew back in my last year of high school. I basically have all of the typical Blue Eyes extra deck monsters. Yes, that does include, I think, Michael the Lightsworn, or whatever he's called, Galaxy Eyes, Armored Dragon.
You have number 62.
Which one is that?
Like the origin one that has 4k attack.
Oh, I know when you're talking about. You know the one that is like much more bluer than the original Galaxy Eyes and has those 2 wings going at it, and like has that weird effect where
Oh, Chaos.
No.
Oh wait, no, sorry, you're talking about Anecdotes. I don't think so. I do have Azure Dragon though. An Azure Dragon.
Okay.
Prime Photon Dragon is what I was saying off. Also, number 38, Hope Harbinger. That one's also a must.
Yes.
Okay, that one I don't have. It is a must-have.
Do you have Spirit of White?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I also have White Stone of Ancients.
But yeah, like both the Dragon Spirit of White card and also like the Synchro.
I also have Duelahan.
And Crystal Wing! The Chad. Crystal Wing.
I don't think I have that. Okay, I have most of the typical extra deck monsters. If only I had Amorphage Goliath. Oh well.
To be fair, that one's not an extra deck.
I love how CBS said, hey, we're not gonna make this a Yu-Gi-Oh episode, and now this is turning into a Yu-Gi-Oh episode.
What's wrong with that? It was bound to happen sometime.
Fair.
Do we want to make this a Yu-Gi-Oh episode now? That's the question.
Well, I was about to bring up a non-Yu-Gi-Oh thing.
I mean, what's wrong with, like, you know, sitting down, shooting the shit about Yu-Gi-Oh, chilling with the crew in the podcast yard?
Finding trouble, never looking too hard.
Yes, knowing that it's time to duel.
Na-na-na-na-na-na-na, foot rocks, top rocks, we take them all together. Right here, right now, say it with me. Yu-Gi-Oh! GX!
Generation X!
Generation X!
Game on, get your game on.
Come on, you better play your cards right.
More like get your gay on.
Yeah, shut up, nerd. You like GX? I like 5Ds. I'm smart.
Hey, fuck you.
Ah yes, Kaiser's Anthem, followed by Alone Again. Naturally.
Sorry, I just have a slight grudge against 5D's fans for always shitting on GX, even though 5D Season 2 fucking sucks except for the ending.
Okay, when I rewatch both GX and 5Ds, I'm gonna come back here, put my whole fucking robo-penis on the table, alright? And I'm going to let you guys know what is what. And I will prove to you that 5Ds, in terms of overall quality, is superior to GX.
No.
And I'm not going to care because I haven't seen 5Ds and I don't intend on doing so either.
Well, that is a you problem.
To be fair, 5Ds is actually kind of good for the first 60-ish episodes. And then real life happened and they had to retcon and just change everything. That's what happens when one of your voice actors turns out to be part of a cult when your show tackles the occult.
You know, it'd be really sick if we had a reprint of Slifer, Obelisk, and Ra and they were just stronger.
Oh my god.
They keep making support for them. It's not going to change the fact that they suck. Please just reprint them and make them better.
You want an errata or do you want retrains?
Oh, yeah, good question, actually.
I don't understand the question.
An errata is when they change the card text a bit, usually to nerf it. And a retrain is basically just like, alright, you take a card, you make a different version of the card that's a bit similar to it in some ways and has other different changes to make it its own identity. Think Ancient Gear versus Ancient Gear Ultimate Pound, except Ultimate Pound is more of a D train because no one likes it.
I want the first thing, but the opposite.
Wait, what? Oh, right, opposite result because it makes it strong, got it.
You want an errata that buffs the card. Like that's gonna happen.
I want them to be better, or like at least make them as good as they are in the anime.
Yeah, well, okay, let's not go that crazy, but maybe.
Make Obelisk great again. Make it so that if you sacrifice 2 monsters, he gets infinite attack for a turn.
What's next? Are you gonna make it so you can literally fuse with Ra, and that it can literally burn people half to death?
Why not? Then I'd have a massive dragon penis.
And now whenever you summon Slifer the Sky Dragon, the entire city starts storming.
Lone Creek, we know this is a poorly veiled attempt so that you can have an excuse to burn children, okay? We know this. We see through your fucking disguise, and we will not tolerate it.
I don't know what you're talking about. That sounds like a noble cause, Kaiser.
You know what? I just realized that dragon is actually the name of a dildo. Poor choice of words. Or good choice of words.
We're not sponsored, by the way, but if you'd like to sponsor us... Actually, I think there would be other companies we'd rather be sponsored by first.
Is Adam and Eve gonna sponsor us?
Can we please just, like, be sponsored by Hobby Link Japan? I don't care if we have to split a gunpla between the three of us. I don't even want to be paid in money, I just want to be paid in, like, high-grade gunpla.
Yes.
Dibs on the top half.
I just want an arm. I know, the arms. And now for something completely different. Kaiser. Ta-ta, tamini, tataka, is not the theme to Cyborg 009 2001, which I'm watching once in. Ding!
Otherwise known as the Cyborg Soldier, I believe. I saw the same thing that Lone Crit did like several years. I think when I just got out of high school and was getting really into anime and shit, and I just kept watching the show like on YouTube or something.
Are you saying that for us or our non-existent viewers? Also, it's still on YouTube. I was in a cafe earlier today and I couldn't get ad blocker on my Firefox, and I didn't want to keep being spammed with like ads on 9anime, and trust me, it happened, including one pretty sexually explicit one. Luckily, that wasn't when I was in the cafe. Thank God.
Imagine if it was.
Thank you, Kira Yamato.
Lone
Thank
Crit
you.
would be outed as the anime pervert that he is.
Alright, stop the recording. Stop this right here. Let's just, listen, alright? Me and CBF, we are not liable for the statements that Lone Crit has. He is a member of our podcast, but we do not share his frankly, blasphemous,
Divisive, abhorrent views and an attack on our democracy.
Jesus Christ, make it sound like I tweeted hashtag I stand with JK Rowling, which I don't. You make it sound like I just tried to shill NFTs.
Yeah, he was just trying to promote his Christian values. He talks to anime Jesus. Well, one of the anime Jesuses. There are several, including Gotsia from Mahoka, but we're not gonna talk about that today because Mahoka fucking sucks and is one of the worst anime ever made.
Yeah, I communicate with them on the blockchain.
Oh my fucking god.
Oh no! Did you have proof of stake or proof of work? Either way, it's bad.
Proof of work.
Oh, it's even worse!
Oh, then never mind the other one. I got them confused.
But anyway, enough about NFTs. Back to other things that are probably less dystopic.
Yes, go ahead, Lone Crit. Talk about your Shimamoto brother.
Wow, it looks like CBF for once actually accelerated his NFT rant.
Go sit in the corner.
Kill yourself.
At least I didn't say nutbags or blackmail.
Yeah, but you did.
And you did earlier, at least the first one. In this episode, no less, if I remember correctly.
I will neither confirm nor deny that.
Yeah, so back to Cyborg 009. What do you think of it so far?
It's 2 more than 007, that's all that matters.
Why the fuck have you got against 007? He's cool.
That's true, but there's only 7. There's not 9. And he's a human, not a cyborg.
Yeah, so he's just one step below on the evolutionary chain.
He's below the Giga Chance.
No, that's Agent 007. Just 007 is actually a Cyborg 009 character. Get fucked.
Damn it!
Anyway, so what's your take on the show? How many episodes did you see so far?
6.
Out of?
Okay.
T9.
Fuck you.
You feel proud of that? You feel proud of what you just did?
Oh, you haven't done worse.
I will neither confirm nor deny that. Knock on wood.
I know about the children's side, Kaiser.
The fuck? Whatever, man.
Anyway, my only experience with anything 009 is sadly with the Devilman crossover I watched an episode of 5 years ago and hated and dropped. Then again, that was my first experience to both franchises, and that's probably on me.
Also, lose the moral high ground, Kaiser. I know how happy you were when Carl got wrecked in Blaze Blue Extend.
Continuum Shift Extend, get the title right. But anyway, the Blaze Blue episode will be a different time. Coming soon to a podcast near you, where we can talk about how I convinced one of them and how we bullied the other into the cult.
I also sold it to more people.
I will not allow you to just put this slander onto my character. Yo, you're projecting yourself a little bit too much onto me, buddy.
Oh, so you're a Carl stan, are you? That's concerning.
Well, I didn't say that. Now you're just throwing words in my mouth. You know what I mean?
Yeah, next you'll accuse him of being a platinum stan.
We can no longer be friends.
That's a line that if you cross that line,
CBF and I are removing you from the podcast.
I said I'm not with that bitch.
Besides, there's only one true god we accept. Well, almost god, and that's Rachel.
No, we accept Robo-God, Master Human Amaterasu.
I only saw her a couple times in my playthrough, but we'll get to her when we get to her.
I accept the god of death, Rags, good old Ragnar the Blood Edge.
Yeah, before your one remaining gear cell dies from loneliness and overwork.
Gears aren't cells!
Yeah, what the fuck you done?
Separate Kaiser's arm bit a little bit, like we remove 2 plates apart. We'll see like oil flowing out with like teeny tiny gears floating inside.
That's not how... No.
It's called nanomachines, you fucking hack.
Nanomachines, son! We say as we drop kick you, fuck American pride, fuck the media!
Don't fuck with the senator!
But enough about why Senator Armstrong is a god amongst men.
Okay, I thought you were talking about Tifa Lockhart.
No, that's what she did to Italy, to the Italian Senate.
That's our Italian icon, buddy. Also, how the hell did that happen? Like, I have not looked into this story just yet because I've been busy, but I'm so curious. How the hell did that even happen?
I don't know.
Well, when a guy loves his waifu very, very much and he can't separate his private life from his work life.
God damn it.
He instead brings his best friend Cloud to do the job.
Oh, of course.
Regardless, about Cyborg 009, right? I'm quite liking it so far. So, Cyborg 004, Albert is the boy?
Yeah, the gun guy, yeah.
The gun hand/knee guy.
Okay, I thought you were about to say Gunhead, but then no, that's a different anime.
Yeah, it's an anime with a guy with a gun
For a head!
Well, bros.
I haven't watched No Guns Life.
But yeah, that dude is cool. I always really liked him.
Yeah, so first things first, the show initially looks like shit.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit.
Since you said 009, 007, and 004, what is this whole thing? Are there 9 of these guys in a team or something? I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, where are they? Some kind of suicide squad?
Which one, Kaiser? The 2016 one that everyone hates, or the 2021 that people like?
Well, let's put it like this, in Badassery, they're somewhere between Suicide Squad and the Black Viper Death Squad, the team of assassins from Kill Bill. And the way they give him a Tarantino reference in.
And you managed to do that without mentioning feet once, either.
That is the real win here.
Yeah, I didn't mention Feet or Selma Hayek from Dusk Till Dawn in the scene with Tarantino.
But yeah, no, what is this Cyborg 009 about? Now that I know there's like 9 assassin cyborg guys in a squad of sorts.
Yeah, so, firstly, again, it's funny you should mention Cyborgs 004, 7, and 9, because the episode I just watched, episode 6, had everybody going into a cyborg whose body was a house, and it had those 3 going in there, and it had, like, funny slapstick. Kaiser remembers the episode, I can see that face.
I remember that.
I can see your O face.
Don't make it weird.
A cyborg whose body is a house.
Yeah, but so the basic premise of the show is that...
Oh, wait, no, I'm gonna do this one. So it all starts with a young man waking up on an operating table, hearing the voice of a person he can't hear. Mysteriously, this voice not coming into his ears, but from inside his head. It's telling him to run and to escape. After he wakes up and hears this voice, mysteriously, robots of which he's never seen before are sent after him and try to kill him or restrain him. More mysterious yet, in trying to escape and retaliate against them, he finds that he has supernatural strength, speed, and ability, unlike any human being has possessed on this earth before, as far as he knows.
How do you hear things you can't hear?
We find out it's telepathy.
But can you technically still hear it? Or is that just Hollywood mumbo-jumbo fake bullshit the hacker writers do again? Have they been lying to me about this too?
Okay, moving on.
Yeah, so one of the cyborgs is telepathic, and that's how he's a psychic, basically. And that's how he's able to say stuff in his head.
He's also a baby.
Yeah, who is also a baby. He's a little man. He's a little boss baby. Anyways, and so said young man
finds out he's no longer a human being. He's in fact a cyborg, gifted with not only supernatural strength, agility, and power, the kind that would allow him to become either the god or the devil, should he so choose. Either a righteous fighter for the sake of justice and retribution, or a vile tyrant the likes of which no man can ever oppose.
Yeah, all that Mega Man X shit.
Gifted with a supernatural ability to accelerate his own time, moving through a slowed down version of time, like Quicksilver or the Flash.
But objectively better because unlike the CW, like Joe actually, at least from what I remember, is useful with his speed consistently anyways.
Are we talking about an anime being better than a live action thing?
Until he gets BTFO'd by another faster robot literally in episode 3.
Yes, but that makes more sense. Also, I'm pretty sure it's episode 4 because episode 3 is when they're still trying to run from Black Ghost. By the way, that's the evil organization that turned them into cyborgs. They're called Black Ghost.
Also, what's important is that robot that doesn't jerk him off at super speed.
Good thing Kaiser also clarified his thing quickly, because I was about to be like, Black Ghosts? What? Are there white ghosts? Are there Hispanic ghosts?
That's not as bad as the villain group from Kamen Rider Stronger called Black Satan.
No, yeah.
Wait, seriously?
Black Ghost should form a squad with Black Satan, Black Dracula, and Blackula.
It took us 13 episodes to go back to explaining what Black Satan was. Congratulations.
Oh, we did that?
Yeah, check episode 11, you name dropped them once, and I went, what?
Oh my god. See, it's all interconnected.
Continuity.
We're in the Newtypes cinematic universe.
Just you wait, when we make a Red Letter Media style cinematic universe, we add more new types and we do different shows.
I just realized! Damn it! All this time while I was on the spaceship, I should have watched Star Trek so I can make the Star Trek log actually make fucking sense. I am a terrible, absolute hack writer, and I should be fired from this industry immediately.
Picard facepalm.
Or maybe this is a clever subversion / foreshadowing
Fuck
towards
no!
you later watching Star Trek and bringing it up in the future episode.
Make it so.
I was Ryan Johnson this whole time.
Yeah.
See, that was a Picard reference. Not a Star Trek Picard, but a Star Trek Next Generation Jean-Luc Picard reference. Because I've seen some Star Trek.
We're adults, I swear.
And I've watched the TOS. But enough about some other stuff. We can talk about Star Trek TOS and TNG another time.
So, in Cyborg 009, turns out the protagonist, a young man called Joe Shinomura, was in fact framed for murder and kidnapped by an evil organization that tries to take control of and manipulate the world from the shadows, much like Shocker from the original Kamen Rider. Yeah, he's turned into a cyborg by Black Ghost. He manages to escape, though, with the help of another cyborg called Codename 001, along with a certain double agent on Black Ghost's side. And after being tested by the other cyborg, he manages to unite with a squad of 8 other cyborgs created before him. There he's given the option either to be on the run for Black Ghost for the rest of his life, or join the other cyborgs and fight Black Ghost with them.
And I think we all know what he chooses. Freedom, justice, and the American way. Just like Superman and Anakin Skywalker always wanted. And security and my new empire and all that shit.
Wouldn't it be funny if Joe could just win against Black Ghost by just jerking off the big bad in super speed? That won't be possible, by the way, but you'll find out why later.
I don't think I want to. I don't think I want to, Kaiser. I'm not ready for 18 plus Cyborg 009.
We're talking about anime, not hentai, Kaiser. Jesus.
Is it like that scene from Game of Thrones where a guy gets kicked in the balls and he doesn't fall down because he has no balls?
Oh,
Wow.
well, no, it's because of something else that happens later, but...
By the way, truth, justice, and the American way, like Omni-Man and Homelander.
Shush you. Also, it's interesting that you bring up the American way because its main cast, all pretty much from different areas of the world and different races and from different time periods.
You know how many shows have a token black guy?
Well, this show has 2 of them!
This show has 2 black guys in the team!
Well, 1 black and 1 Native American, but that counts! God damn it.
Close enough. The second I noticed, I was like, yo, what the fuck? Think about it, because normally in things like this, American things like this,
Yes.
it's 1 black, usually a guy, 1 Asian, 1 white European, 1 American white person, and then another white person, because fuck it.
The Hispanics may or may not be optional, and us Latinos, we get kicked out.
Yeah.
Fuck us, am I right?
But hey, at least this show brings in different white people. You got your German, you got your French, you got a guy literally named Great Britain.
A guy called Great Britain, yes. Cyborg 007, we stan.
The best boy. His power is that he can turn into anything by pressing his belly button, and it's fun.
Well, okay, we stand him except when he's being a massive pervert or when he's writing self-aggrandizing fiction where he has the only female member of the squad throw herself at him after he single-handedly defeats Black Ghost. That was episode 3. He does that.
Yeah.
He's not just a horny boy, he's a horny old man.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Middle-aged man.
Okay, that's slightly different than the normal trope then. He's a bit too young for that.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, this is stepping into the ugly bastard territory.
Yeah. he's not ugly. But yeah, there's 1 British one, 1 Native American one, 1... I think he's African.
Yeah, he's African.
Yeah, 1 African one, 1 German one, 1 French one, 1 Japanese one. Is the baby Russian?
Yeah, I think he's Russian.
Alright, what ethnicity is Jet? Cyborg 002.
Oh, he's American. And he's from New York, from the Bronx.
Yeah, I'm Joey, I'm from the Bronx, he's from Brooklyn.
Of course, the cocky, arrogant hothead who can fly in the air at Mach 5 is the American one.
Listen, this is anime Top Gun, and don't tell me otherwise.
Yeah, I know, we've seen Yugioh, we know about Chibade Crockett.
We stan. Best G Gundam rival. Best G Gundam rival.
And we also stand 002, not only because he gets really good later on, and even earlier on a little bit too, but also in the dub, I'm pretty sure he's voiced by Crispin Freeman.
Oh, that's pretty good. But here's my question. So why do they make Cyborg 004, the German one, Albert, sound just sleazy or slimy as fuck in the dub? That's not his character at all.
Yeah, he's supposed to be more like stoic, if anything. Like sly and stoic a little bit.
And a little bit distant. It's so weird that they just go the Zex route. No, sorry. What I meant to say is the sex machine route.
Yes, the sex machine. Too bad there is no gnawing for his loins.
We made enough sex and jacking off and hentai references. It's about time we get to sex.
Yes, a man with loins, Kaiser. That's right. That's right. You got it. You got it. You got it. You're correct.
We got it. We got there.
We did it, boys. We made it to the end.
Regardless, I know there are more cyborgs, I just can't remember them off the top of my head. Oh yeah, there's a Chinese one.
No, you mentioned the Chinese one.
No, I didn't. I'm
pretty sure you did.
He can blow hot air up people's asses.
Yeah, he's the cook. And like, he's also codenamed Mole because he typically uses his power to dig underground.
Somehow.
Wow. Usually people dig to China.
I don't get that joke.
Because you're not American. You haven't watched shit like Johnny Test where characters just go to the other side of the world from America to China.
You know what? Never mind. Actually, I think I've seen that in Johnny Test and Camp Laszlo.
Also, I am very sorry for having to bring up Johnny Test. Now that show's back in my brain. I apologize to myself most of all.
Yeah, it's still going.
What?
It looks like shit.
What? It's still going?
You mean they brought it back?
I think so. Like a few months back or something. I saw like an animation of it on Twitter or something, and it's still around.
Oh, no.
For whatever reason.
How the fuck is Johnny Test still going?
Why won't they just let it die?
That show, like, didn't it get canceled at some point after being going for like 2005 to the mid 2010s? Why is it back now?
I don't know.
Guys, do you remember Bling Bling, guys? Do you remember the Power Poots?
It is hots for Susan Test, specifically.
I'm hearing the whipping. I hear the whip, man. I can't stand it.
I hear the guitar.
Kaiser, I don't think that's the best choice of words.
I mean, there's no better choice of words to describe these sound effects.
You know what I meant.
They've been embedded into our brains after so many years, and into our chips, into our memory databanks.
Yes, after all of this systemic abuse.
Let's just talk about good things. Let's talk about Cyborg 009. So, okay, the beginning looked like shit. Like, the animation wasn't nice, the camera angles weren't nice, the colors weren't nice, the lines weren't nice, a lot of things visually were not nice. If anything, I wouldn't even call it acceptable quality, because, like, they tried to do some kind of shit making acceleration mode look super cool.
Like, not even for the time? Wait, what time was it anyway?
It was 2001.
Oh, okay, so it's not like the original stuff, I guess.
Even when they try and Dragon Ball Z it with speed lines, it still doesn't look that good.
To be fair, when most shows try to Dragon Ball Z it with speed lines, it doesn't look that good.
Shut up. Yes, it does. Shut up.
It's bad.
You know what? Shut up. We stand Bleach in this house.
I mean, I said most. That didn't mean I was taking a pot shot at Bleach. And to be fair, DBZ does it good, because they earn it.
Be the focus of attention. Be the one that everyone must mention. Come out from the shadows, it's your time. 'Cause tonight is the night for everyone to see. It's natural. You know that this is where you gotta be. It must be your destiny. Sensational. And you believe that this is what you made it for. And that you're the one they all adore. Why doesn't anybody stop me?
Because you should stop yourself. You're interrupting yourself from talking about Cyborg 009, jackass.
Most modern anime don't do it well at all. But then Bleach is gonna become modern anime again, so we'll have to see where that goes.
Yeah, so episodes 1 and 2 or whatever, but then episodes 3 and 4 with Cyborg 0010, the Electric Brothers, was fucking awesome. Like when he destroyed the 009 squad. By the way, I have one question. Why is it that when he stopped raining, he didn't just keep attacking Joe?
I don't know, I haven't seen it.
He already beat everybody, and the rain made it so that he could use his electric powers to zap people. It didn't make it so that he didn't have acceleration mode that he could still use, or like super strength or super agility.
I guess, I don't know, maybe the acceleration, the electric shit is like tied together, but I don't know, let's sim this into this shit, why not?
Ding!
Anyway, it's interesting to know that a show actually genuinely, substantially improves over time. That almost never happens. You know, one of the only examples I can think of is Chivalry of a Failed Knight. Usually, even when a show starts to get better, like Double Zeta, it goes back to being way worse way later. And then most of them just never improve.
To be honest, I feel that's the case with a lot of shonen, actually, where the first 2 or 3 chapters are just whatever, and then after that they get into what they're actually about, and they become awesome. Like Kaiser, remember Siren?
Yeah, I remember Siren.
And to be fair, with several shonen anime, they eventually just get substantially worse over time, like most Yu-Gi-Oh shows, Fairy Tail, Kimetsu no Yaiba for a little while, but then it got a good arc, but now apparently the arc we're currently in is back to being dog shit.
I don't know if it got better looking or I just didn't notice because I got used to it, but episodes 3 and 4 were fucking hype. Also, it's ironic that it had a team, and if that team weren't together or if they split up, they would have won. Like, don't you think it's really ironic that the first one completely wrecked their asses, and he could have still wrecked their asses, they just got the jump on him, basically, and then the next one came along, and it's like, only 2 of the cyborgs have acceleration mode, and he can spam his all he likes, which Joe can't do.
Get fucked, Joe. Joe mama.
Also, the Joe in 009 gets memed a lot for being like Beautiful Joe, because Beautiful Joe is also named Joe, has a red suit, a scarf, and can also move super fast.
Oh yeah, that's a video game Lone Crit from the GameCube era. Made by Shinji Mikami, if I remember correctly.
It's from the Capcoms. The same dude who made the Okamis.
Regardless, so Kaiser, you know those Kamen Rider moments? Well, like you have a very generic thing, and then you have Ishinomori doing a thing or having an idea that makes it, whoa! Somebody thought about this!
Yeah.
Like that one time when Kamen Rider impales the Batman with a giant cross or tombstone thing, and instead of like reveling in his victory or something, he's like struggling to breathe and he's like, even though I defeated this person too is a victim of Shocker, blah 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 blah, and it's him understanding that his true enemies, like the people at the top, not the people that he's fighting, that in a way are like him, except they didn't get the privilege of not being brainwashed.
Also, I'm going to get sued by DC.
And that's when you realize how evil Shocker is, because that's what they do to people. That's what fate they seal them in. That's just one bit, right? Or like that time when Takeshi Hongo, he goes back to his lab at his home, and his butler or somebody's like, no, maybe you can become human again. And he's like, no, if I become human again, will there be to fight Shocker? And he doesn't even think about it. I think that's one of the cool things about Ishinomori characters, is that they do the right thing without even thinking about it, yet you get the sense that they kind of subconsciously kind of process it in a way. Like Joe Shinonura adjusts very quickly, but you get a sense that there's an adjustment there without it coming across as like complete and total manufactured horseshit.
Oh yeah, like he's just over it now, which I kind of have an issue with some anime nowadays as well, is that they get a bit too acclimated to the like situations that they are in. So it comes off as halfway impressive when you even have a character that does that even mildly, which is probably why I'm like, you know, not as hard on Tanjiro from Demon Slayer as you guys are.
Yeah, that was kind of bullshit. It's like, oh, I'm injured, but I literally didn't even think about that for like 2.5 episodes until, oh, suddenly it's slightly relevant in one specific fight, but not even actually.
To be fair, episode 3 starts with him like sadly looking over a cliff. Regardless, it's like, oh, remember Minami Kotaro in Kamen Rider Black? Well, like, the second he stops being chased by the Golgum cult for a bit, he just instantly realizes the position he's in and the importance of doing the right thing, and how his circumstances don't matter that much because of the threat that Golgum represents for the whole world, and how that's fucking awesome that he has such moral righteousness and conviction that he can make such decisions and process such information instantaneously. Kind of the feeling I get from Joe. The second he stops being chased by the robots, you have a choice. Pick Joe. Doesn't even think about it. I'll join you.
You can tell that he thought about it at least a tiny bit. Like, they have that wide shot of him looking at, that sort of black and white thing. And he kind of looks at them and looks down a little bit, and then he just steps in. And you can tell from his facial expression and just kind of like the lack of music in the background that this is like putting in his mind that he is stepping into this. And he might not know exactly what he's getting into, but he knows that it's the right thing and that this is something that he needs to do.
He has a moral duty, because with great power comes great goddamn responsibility.
Fuck yeah, and Lonecry, if you're gonna love that, you're gonna love the very last episode of the series. I can tell you that 100%.
Yeah, I know, where it's like, you have defeated us, but there will be another black ghost. I'm like,
Spoilers, fuck me, Jesus, dude.
That's right, the quest of the true hero never ends. Every day is a constant challenge, it's a choice you make over and over again. Every single day, you choose to fight. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, just like Fairy Tail keeps choosing to make a new season.
Shut the fuck up. Also, ironically, I'm not even paraphrasing like a Toku, I'm actually, like, ripping an idea from Community.
That's fucking based. But anyway, before we wrap up, guys, it turns out you were actually wrong about Shinji Mikami. I just looked into my databanks. He had nothing to do with Okami. In fact, during that time, he was making God Hand.
Oh, right. I think it's the same company, not the same...
Yeah, Studio
creator,
Clover.
I believe.
And then they immediately shut down afterwards because it didn't make enough money.
Which is bullshit, because Capcom is shit with money. Fuck you.
Also, so before we actually wrap up, I will say that Kamen Rider moment that I talked about, that's the conclusion of episode 4, when, like, the two Cyborg 0010 brothers...
Oh yeah, didn't they just put them together?
Yeah, where they get put together and they discharge and they burn up. And the thing that Joe sees, rather than being like, fuck yeah man, we won, we beat the evil robots, he looks at them holding hands and he ponders the fact that that's what Black Ghost did. He took these brothers that were close, like, well, brothers, and made it so that these two people could only physically unite with each other, could only embrace each other by literally dying.
Oh, that's insanely fucked up.
I remember that part too, and I love how fucking just mortified Joe was. It also reminds me of a future episode that Lonecrit is probably going to see. I don't think he's seen this yet, where he meets a certain cyborg that is in a lot of a similar situation as Joe. I'm not going to spoil what happens, but I think you're going to like that.
Is he the leader of the next cyborg squad? I think he's called like Apollo or something?
No. You're not gonna meet Apollo until way later. Like, that's like second half of the show.
Okay, but like, yeah, that's, like, I'm coining that phrase now, Kamen Rider moment / Ishinomori moment. Because that, like, that's it. Well, like, Joe sees that shit, and again, he's sad, he's not, oh yay, we beat villains, it's, oh my god, Black Ghost shredded the relationship of these two brothers for their own selfish evil goals. Just like, oh my fucking god, Shocker is so evil. They took away these human beings' autonomy and made them into weapons with only like malice and hatred and hostility in their hearts. Oh my god, Shocker is so evil. They made it so that when Ryder kicked, there's so little humanity left of these people that only their bones or only dust is left.
You know what the worst part is? The worst part is their leader isn't even black.
Well, we had to have some levity at the end here, after all the insanely fucked up shit that both of these violent institutions have done.
You say bad, I say culturally sensitive, okay? Also, I kind of like that they're actually brains in jars, showing that evil is simply a byproduct of the human mind.
Kind of blunt symbolism, but effective symbolism.
That's a quite literally cerebral thing to think about as we conclude this episode of the Newtypes Podcast.
Okay, we're done. We're fucking done. See you next time on the Newtypes Podcast.
Goodbye.